Welcome back to the sixth video, and as you have seen in the thumbnail, we have bought a BMW X5. This is the sixth vehicle on the road to the GTR, and if you've not watched the previous video, click the right hand corner where we bought a Land Rover Evoque, and this time round we have got an X5. So what we have here is a 2012 BMW X5. It's a 3-litre M Sport with the 8-speed gearbox. So I purchased this car because it's got a beautiful color combination. It's blue with a beige kind of interior, and it just looks so nice in this blue color, and you don't see them around. They're usually black or silver, but this time this one's blue. Also, just look how nice this car still looks after 13 years. It has aged beautifully. Honestly, it just looks the part, and it still looks really good. So we had to travel all the way to Scotland for this car, and it was a massive risk because it only had an essential report, meaning that all the checks are not guaranteed. So if there were any faults with this vehicle, we'd just be down to having to sort it out ourselves and maybe end up getting recovered from Scotland. But it turns out that this car is absolutely fine. It drives perfectly. We don't have to spend no money on this car apart from cleaning it, bringing it up to standard. It doesn't even need a service because it's just had one recently, so we don't have to do a lot on this car to sell it. And sometimes these risks sometimes pay off and sometimes they don't. It's just one that we had to take. I've personally never had an X5, and this is honestly a pleasure to own and a pleasure to drive. So let me go through some of the features on this. So let's start off with the 20-inch alloys that the car has, with this beautiful blue paintwork matched with this beige interior, which is really good. It goes so nicely together. I find it goes nice anyway. So this car has 72,000 miles, and I think you can judge that just by the condition that it's in. And if you look at the leather, apart from this little bit down here, this leather is in beautiful condition, and even the steering wheel doesn't show any signs of wear and tear. Usually you do get like rubbed out material down here, but this is beautiful. We have also got the electric seats with the memory function for 2 different settings. What I also love in this car is that nearly everything is either leather or wood. There's not a lot of plasticky bits inside, so you've got your wood trim and this wood as well, which is really nice. That goes all the way around, and there's not really a lot of plastic. Even this has got like a soft feel to it. So like I was saying, because this is the Pro Nav option, then it's got the bigger screen and you've got your maps here. You've also got your heated seats, AC, you've also got Bluetooth here and DAB radio, which is pretty cool. It has got the 8-speed ZF gearbox. You've also got all the features that you'd expect from a BMW of this class. So you've got your flappy paddles, which actually I'm surprised in an SUV, and then you've got your cruise control and your buttons on the steering wheel that you can control. What's really cool about this car is the amount of space that this car holds. Like if you look in there, you can easily fit a few water bottles in here, and then you've also got a space right in here that opens up, and this lifts up, and you've got all that space in there as well, so you can fit so much into this car. And then you've got your door cards where even more stuff can go in, and the best bit, I'll show you the best bit now. And if you do go on family days out and on road trips, and sometimes you do have to take the mother-in-law, then this car is perfect, because I'm not saying anything, but this boot space is amazing. The amount of stuff that you can fit in here is just perfect. You can fit everything and anything you want in here. Just look at that. What you also do get is a charging port down here, so if you need to plug in anything around the back, maybe a food cooler or something like that, that will do the job. And the boot is basically very a Range Rover style, with this flap basically closing and opening. I really like the rear of this car. You can really see that there's not much of a difference between this version and the newer version. You can see where they've took the design. Of course the front is totally different, but the back is still really nice on this. I I don't actually know if I don't prefer this one. It looks more chunky, it looks more meaty kind of, but that just comes down to personal preference. If you liked how much space is in the boot, then this is the exact same at the back of this car. 3 people will fit easily here, not a questions asked. Look how much headroom I've still got, only 5'11", so if you're 6'3", maybe even 4, easy fit. There's loads of leg room in here as well, so you've got nothing to worry about of having an uncomfortable journey. This is me just sitting normally, and just look how much leg room I still have left. I can easily stretch my legs out a little bit more and still have a lot of room. In the back you do get 2 charging ports. Some of these do have heated seats. It depends which version of this vehicle you get, but what you get is charging ports, and as you can see, these are the buttons for the heated seats. They're just not included in this vehicle. So it's time to get in how this thing drives, and I really like how this drives. What's missing in this vehicle though is the sunroof. I can see that the buttons have been placed in here, but somebody's probably just not paid when they were speccing this car to have the sunroof in. I think it had a double sunroof, or it might have just had one. I can't remember which one it is, but either way it's missing as an option from this vehicle. So I'm gonna go fill her up. I'll be right back. I don't actually know what side the petrol tank is because I've not filled this one up before. So we have filled her up with 22.5 litres of diesel, which is showing me that we will get 200 miles of town driving, which I actually think that's pretty decent. So let's get back to the car. This is a 3-litre X5 30D M Sport, which is a very common package that everybody picks. You've also got the 40D, 50D and different engine variations, but this is the one that I find is the most reliable because this is only a single turbo engine, and the 40D is basically a twin turbo engine, and from what I believe the newer X5s have 3 turbo. The 2012 model is basically the last few years before the new shape came out, and this shape is still holding up very nicely. What you also get is an 8-speed ZF gearbox, which gives you a whopping amount of torque. It provides you more torque than you ever need, and this is why you see these cars towing caravans and trailers all day long. The gears are very smooth, it changes gears really fast and early on, and I really like that because it just gives you comfortable driving round town. Some of the first few things that you notice is the field of view. This car is absolutely massive. It feels like you're driving a tank, but it's nimble at the same time. You can literally see everything. Like, I'm used to driving vans, and this is around the same size of a standard van. However, what you're getting is a better field of view. What you also notice driving this is, I didn't expect this car to be as hard on the road as it is. I mean, suspension wise, this car has surprised me about how nimble it is and how it turns. It literally turns wherever you want it to go, but the turning circle on this is actually really good. So if you ever need to do a U-turn or anything along them lines, it's really good. So that's actually really surprised me in this car. So buying this car was a massive risk. 1, it was in Scotland. 2, the report was clean, and you know when something looks too good to be true, and when I saw it going for the price it did, I was like, that's a little bit suspicious. So it's a massive risk because obviously if something went wrong, then it's a 4-hour recovery bill, which would have just basically added up to the costs, and it's not something I'd want. But when we actually got there, we took the train down to Glasgow, and then when we actually got there, the car was actually in a lot better condition than expected, and it was in a lot better condition than the picture showed as well. I was really impressed with the condition of this. Just on the condition of the paintwork and the leather is basically pristine in the back. It looks like nobody's been sitting there. So I'm actually happy with this purchase, and it was a massive risk to take. And if you've watched my last video where we bought the Range Rover Evoque, where that had a clean report and it still had a lots of faults with it, then you would have knew how much of a risk it is to take, with even if the report is clean. So it's a risk that has actually paid off, because all I'm gonna have to do is wash the car, clean the car, polish it, service it, and that's about it, and then just list it on Auto Trader, eBay, and that's all my costs involved in this car. So I'm really impressed. The first thing that we have to do though is actually wash this, because this is actually filthy. If you have a look, we can't polish this without, look, don't know if you can see that. That's how dirty this car is. Here's a better example how dirty this is. So we can't polish this until we get rid of all this. So what I've got in this bottle is traffic film remover, and this will remove any kind of dirt and grime basically that's stuck onto the bodywork of this car. It removes oils and stuff like that. So just apply this generously, and then all over the body, and then we'll wash it off, and then we can snow foam. So all these bugs that you can see at the front, this should all disappear with the traffic film remover, so it should all get rid of it. It's a lot easier if you've got one of them 5-litre sprayer bottles. You can get them from B&M, but mine have broken, so I couldn't get one. Now what we're putting on is some iron fallout remover. It'll just remove all the iron and stubborn bits on the alloys that are left over. This should turn a beautiful purple as soon as the iron starts coming into contact with all the chemicals. As you can see at the bottom, it's already turning a slightly purple. We'll come back to this one and I'll show you how it looks. So if you have a look at the brake disc down there, it's all purple, and then we've got purple in the wheels. So you'll see this once we actually wash this off, you'll see how purple this gets. So that is it for this car now. All it has to do now is dry, and then we can start polishing it. And it's got little swirls and scratches. I don't know if you can see that there. It's got like these little imperfections. So we're just going to bring this paintwork back to life how it should be. But other than that, it came out really good. It looks really good. This beautiful blue is awesome. Now that the paint is drying, you can actually see all these nasty little scratches. These could be branches, this could be anything. So what we're going to do is get them all out, because all of these will come out and it will look even better, and the gloss will be better and everything. So we'll get started. So we are using a Roops machine with a heavy cutting pad and a super heavy compound. This is some really good stuff. So I'm not going to bore you with the process of polishing. What we're going to do is polish the whole vehicle and then show you how it all came out.